so lovely to feel your good energies. That's it, you know, like it's like when I'd sit in the studio and everyone would walk in, and there was always this beautiful communal feeling. No matter what is going on in your life, you walk into the studio and somehow you manage to kind of leave everything at the door, come in, set up, and you enter in an open heart, like, here's now. Oh, good. Okay, I got a message. No chair. Excellent. No chair today. That's all good. Thank you. I think it's the first time we've used the chair. Okay, well, I'm gonna share that I forget, because obviously life is very different right now, but I remembered today how when I was like a full-time teacher at a school, and February was always the hardest month for the kids, for the teachers, probably for the parents, and this February blues thing. I was reminded today when I spoke to my daughter, who's living in Israel right now, and she has this incredible internship, and she's like, Mom, I just don't feel like doing it. And I'm like, girl, that's you and the rest of the world. Yeah. February, it's a thing. So let's welcome in February. We just had Valentine's Day, and there's a reason that this holiday is in the center of this month, just to take us back to the essence of why we do it all. We do it all for love, right? Do it for love. Mm-hmm. So for the love of your practice, bring your hands together. And let's start by making a little fire, February fire in your hands. Now, these guys are very frisky today. That could be a February thing too. Take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, let your chin drop, let your hands just rest against each other. And if you want to take that energy you created, you need to put it somewhere, into your heart, your low back, your belly, your eyes, or just hold the hands. And just feel in here to your, stoking of your own inner fire. Lengthen yourself tall, and as you exhale, let the chin bow a little more. Rest into your stillness, into your breath. And start to feel your breath with your hands where they are. Maybe you can even feel your heart beating. Tune into the beating of your heart. Your life force, your love force. Perfect. We'll take one more full breath in. Maybe you want to sigh it out. And we'll inhale, lengthen yourself nice and tall. Release this breath completely once you get here. And we'll open with 3 ohms together. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Pause here for a full breath in. As you breathe out, release your hands. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, a bit heart adieu.
Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Right.
Oh, Sharon's waving goodbye.
Who has the ball?
Oh, all right. Okay, guys, let's start on your backs, and feel free to put anything you want underneath, either something you want to lie on. We did a whole torso blanket, little baby back bend in class last time. If you like that, start with that. Whatever you need. We're just going to be on our backs just for a few moments. Okay. Yeah, so set it up nice, and then just receive the earth. You can even let your arms drop, legs, wherever they want to go. And just melting into your own body. We take this, it's like a pseudo shavasana. Let the bones be heavy, muscles, imagine everything can just melt. Let's take maybe 2 more breaths here. And then we'll start with windshield wiper. So we'll bend the knees, heel toe your feet a little wider apart, arms out to the side. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, let the knees drop to one side. And just moving with your breath here, your eyes may be closed, your gaze resting at the ceiling. And wherever you choose to put your eyes, you inviting in a new view. A new view. You know, I'm sure like we're all in our own spaces. So as you look at your ceiling, maybe you notice something you don't normally notice when you're just walking around. And then just whatever you just notice it. Let it go. Good. Take one more moment here. And just come back onto your back. Let's take basic resting pose. So the feet stay wide. And you pigeon toe your toes in a little bit. Let the knees drop in towards each other. And then we'll give ourselves a little hug. So inhale. And as you exhale, take the right arm over the left. Maybe you walk your hands right underneath your shoulder blades if you can get that far. And just breathe here. Soften your body to the floor. Soften your breath, your gaze. Just give yourself a little hug. Good. Okay, so from here, we're just going to change this a little bit. Your hands are going to slide along your upper arms until they find the elbows. And once they find the elbows, remember this like shoulder flossing. As you inhale, just press the elbows up to the ceiling so the shoulders come up off the floor. And just be there for a moment. You're going to feel maybe right at the solar plexus, your mid-belly press down. And then as you exhale, bring the shoulders down. Maybe you tuck your chin and just be there for a moment. Good. And then we'll inhale, press the elbows up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, we're going to take them up and over your head. And if you have shoulder stuff that prevents you from doing this, then just open your arms and find a comfortable, I say it slowly on purpose, a comfortable way to rest here. Okay, so now if you have your arms over your head, you're holding on to the opposite elbows, press the elbows into the hands, and the hands are going to pull back a little bit. And we're going to feel the solar plexus mid-belly engage a little bit, maybe a lot. One more breath. Smile. And then inhale and take the elbows back up. And as you exhale, open your arms back out to the side. Just pause here. Breathe. I'm going to adjust my camera angle and stay there. And we'll just go to the second side. So on your inhalation, you take your arms up to the sky, this time left arm over the right, and find your little hug here. And you might rock your chest side to side, just creeping these hands a little deeper. Then I retuck my chin, replacing my feet. If the heels have come in a little bit, turn them out. Find your breath and the release of the inside down to the floor. Good. Take one more breath in and out. And then slide your hands along the upper arms till you find the elbows. And then as you inhale, press the elbows up to the sky and just be there for a moment. Just feel what happens. Your chin might start to lift. Pull it back in. And now as you exhale, just pull the shoulders down so the elbows are still pointing up, and just feel, you might even feel a little bit of maybe a baby cat coming in, or cow, I have to think, but something's moving. Good. And then on your inhale, press these elbows up to the sky. And as you exhale, just send them over your head again, creating space if you need it. Just drop in and breathe for a moment. And now I'm going to add the press of the elbows into the hands, and the hands pull back and something engages. And then you smile, soften where you can. Good. Nice. And then inhale, just lift the arms back up, holding onto your elbows. And as you exhale, let these arms come up to the side and just pause. Good. Okay. Separate your knees, heel toe your feet to hip distance apart. Walk your feet in a little bit towards your hips. And then the arms can come right down by your sides. Let's take the palms facing down. Let's spread your fingers. Take these upper arms and the shoulders down to the floor like we did, same action. Just bring the shoulders down. And you might even rock onto one arm, lift the chest, and see if you can bring that other upper arm a little bit more underneath you. So maybe not underneath you. Let me think how to say this. I'm spinning the upper arm to the outside so that the shoulder blades maybe come together a little more. Don't worry about that so much. Just as long as your arms are down, fingers spread, feel your heels close to your hips, and then be here. No, we are gonna lift the hips, and this is the very beginning of class, so you don't have to go as higher than you like. So inhale. Exhale completely here. Start to push that solar plexus mid-belly down. So you feel the tailbone lift a little bit. And then as you inhale, anchor the feet, press the upper arm, shoulders down, lift your hips. Maybe the head lifts, you tuck the chin a little bit. And I'm gonna hang out here, soften whatever you can, be strong in your feet. And then exhale and lower all the way down. And as you come down, take your arms, reach them up to the sky and all the way over your head, back to the hands to the floor, arms are extended. Good, stay here, inhale. Now as you exhale, bring these arms back up and all the way down by your sides. Inhale, anchor the upper arms. Exhale, soften towards the floor. And then inhale, press into the feet, lift up. And we're going to bend the upper arms at the elbows so the palms are facing your body. And you might even walk the upper arms underneath you more. Push the feet down, lengthen the tailbone to the knees. And exhale, lower all the way down. Arms come to rest at your side. Once you're all the way down, inhale these arms up over your head, backs of the hands to the floor. And we're just going to stay here. Extend your legs if that is okay. Press out through your heels. Nice big breath in, extend yourself, and exhale, rest into your body. Good, inhale. And exhale, left knee into your chest, interlace the fingers. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit more, and then rest your head. And we'll just rock this knee in and out, just warming up the hip crease. Yes. Good, okay, we're gonna get fancy. So I'm gonna keep the left hand on the shin here. If your left hand doesn't go to the shin, use your strap and just make your arm longer. And then take the right arm up and alongside your right ear. And just feel this for a moment. Maybe you'll extend the right arm more, extend the right leg more. Almost like you get longer on that side. Pull the knee in a little bit more. Find your comfort. Okay, now I'm going to roll onto the right side. So I'll start by bending the right leg, put the right foot on the floor. Roll onto your right side and let this left hand trace down until you find your ankle and just start to bring it back behind you. And you could keep your head resting here. If you want to take the head up, that's fine. I'm just going to push. I'm just holding the foot. I'm just lifting it up so you can see. I'm going to hold on to the big toe edge wherever you're holding. Just open. Just press it back. And take a moment. Maybe the shoulder can come back a little bit. Maybe you need to lift that leg up if that's better for your knee. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to come back as lovely and elegantly as we did. So you can release the foot, take your hand, find your left shin somewhere, roll onto your back, nice and slow. And then once you're here, just extend the right leg again. Like nothing happened. Take a breath. Good. Okay, can we release the left knee, let the left arm come over your head. So you're fully extended. Good. Okay, we'll inhale. And on the exhale, right knee comes in, opposite interlace your fingers. Be here. So again, I just lift my head, tuck the chin. You can also put a bigger support underneath your head. You take care of yourself. Good. And just rock this knee in and out. Just warming up your hip crease. Good. Okay. And then we keep the right hand where it is. Take the left arm up and alongside your ear. Find some more length along the left side in some way. Stretch that left arm away. You know, the shoulder can move up. And extend through the left heel. Hug this right knee in a little more. Soften, maybe into the belly. And then we're going to roll onto the left side. And as you roll, bend the left foot, and that will help with the roll. And then you can let the hand slide down, find your foot. You hold on to the top of the foot or maybe the big toe edge. Okay, and then you can prop your head up if you like. Just press that foot back. Let the right shoulder receive. You know, my left leg, I did extend it again. And I'm just really anchoring that edge of the foot that's on the floor. So you could have it bent too. Just use whatever you've got. One more moment. Whatever you're doing. And then release and elegantly find your way back onto your back, nice and slow. And just extending that leg, extend your arm. And release the right leg, right arm over your head. Take a nice big stretch. Good. Okay, we're going to bend the knees. So notice which leg wants to go first. Bend the opposite. Place the feet on the floor and walk them in. Okay, so we're going to do the Setu Bandha lift again. Nice and slow. I'm going to keep the arms overhead, but you know, do what either hand position. Arms down, bend at the elbows, whatever feels okay. Okay, find your feet. And then exhale, let everything soften to the floor. And as you begin your inhale, you anchor the feet, you lift the tail. And you just come up as, you know, wherever feels good. Lengthen that tailbone towards your knees. Okay, if you can come up high, then you might even just lift the head up again and put it down. Good. Be here, find the extension of the low back. Notice if you're more on the outer edges of your feet and maybe you turn your heels out a little bit. You can anchor more into the inner edges. One more moment. And then exhale and slowly, lovingly release from this. And as you come down, I'm going to keep my arms overhead. You can put them where you like. You're going to heel toe the feet. Do a couple windshield wipers. So there's a little bit of a twist here. Releasing back a little bit. Good. Okay. And bring yourself back onto your back, knees center. You're going to bring the knees into the chest and just hug them in and out a few times. And at the same time as I do this, I'm just going to walk the hands around the shins, find different places to hug the knees in. Good. And then we're going to rest here for a few moments. I say rest with air quotes. So maybe your fingers can interlace. You can hug the knees in or hold on to your knees, your shins, and grab your strap or behind your thigh. Whatever you need to do, just drop in to this child's pose on your back. And if you can, depending on where you're holding and how tight things are, see if you can really melt that mid back, low back area, almost like you can spread out. Notice if you're clenching your glutes. And you might need that. So maybe you can start to let that go. Just breathing. Take one more moment, soften your hip creases. Good. Okay, let's keep the left knee in, release the right foot to the floor. We're going to cross left ankle over right knee. Open your arms out to the side. Palms up or palm down. We're just going to windshield wiper this a few times. So as you exhale, drop this left foot over to the right. And maybe you pause here for a moment. You see, maybe I need a full breath. And then you lift it up and take it over to the other side. And maybe you pause. And then just finding your, what would feel good. Just moving it side to side a couple times. I'm kind of dancing on the balls of the feet and the right heel's lifted. And it's doing the turning. Just find your little motion here. And we are going to rest on the right side. So let's say, how about now? The next time your foot comes over to the right, we're just going to keep it there. And you might want to grab a block and put it on underneath your foot if you need to. I'm going to take the right hand and see if you can find that ankle. And then I'll turn the head just gently to the left. And do your best to melt through the left side. Okay, so you notice, there's some tension in the hip, the outer hip. Smile or release your jaw, your eyes. If it's really too much, I said put your foot on a block, you can always step it on top of your left thigh and get rid of a little bit of that extra here. Okay, I'm going to take it to twist. So this right hand is just going to slide its way up to the knee. Let the knee come down and turn your body. Do what you need to do. Immediately, I press the right elbow down, lift the right shoulder, spin the chest. And then we can rock it a little bit. Like you just move your hip, move this knee, just find, maybe this is going to be very helpful for you. And maybe you just want to hang out. Good. Okay, so now I'm just coming into just the stillness of the twist. I'm going to take that left arm and just reach it more to the left. Maybe I can extend a little more. And as I reach that left arm away, the right side of the body kind of reacts into that opposite place. So I might get a little bit more of a twist. Good. And breathe. Okay, let this exhale really soften you in. And then we'll take the right arm back out, maybe palms down, palms up, find your way very gently, go slow to come back onto your back. That old saying, it's not the destination, it's the journey. And if we move slow, then we kind of take better care of ourselves. Okay, readjust your right foot. We're going to drop this package now over to the left. As you exhale, you drop it over, and the right foot might want to just heel toe its way to the right a little bit more. And we did this pose the other day. If you have knee pain, you just pop that left foot underneath the right knee. So the more I walk the right foot over, the more I can get that left knee to come down. I'm going to breathe here and just release anything you're feeling. The anchoring of the right foot might protect the right knee for you. One more breath. Good. Okay. And then we'll very slowly, so if you heel toe that foot to the right, you just find your way back to your center. Readjust your hips, come back as if we just took this ankle over the knee, and here you are. And now guess what we're going to do next, friends? We're going to pull this right thigh in to thread the needle, a little pigeon pose on your back, and you interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Tuck your chin again if you need to. I'm constantly doing that. Tuck the chin in. And then, find some movement here. You might want to rock a little bit, side to side, front to back. Just explore for a few moments. Good. Okay. All right. And then when you feel ready, we're just going to hug this right thigh in a little bit more. Maybe your hands might go on top of the shin. Maybe not. I just press this. I'm pushing ankle against knee, knee against ankle. And as I engage that, the right foot kind of gets engaged, left foot gets engaged, and then I'm softening through the shoulders, the jaw, even down into the glutes. And I say glutes because that's your biggest muscle. That's a big muscle. So when we soften the glutes, maybe you're going to soften the outer hip a little bit. Okay, one more moment here. Good. And then release your hands. Let's set the right foot on the floor, and we're going to catch this little left leg baby. So the left hand grabs the knee, and the right hand grabs around the sole of the foot. I'm going to take the thumb with it, and I bring it in, and then we'll rock this. It's really the hip, guys. And you try and keep your body still as best as you can. If you want to stretch the right leg out, go for that. I'm just rocking the left hip like it's your little baby. Good. Okay. Now, you just hug that shin in. I'm really pushing the foot. And I'm going to go to the next part, which is the wrap. So feel free to just like watch or release and just hug your knee in if that's better for you. So I take this left inner elbow around the outside of this left knee and the right inner elbow around the sole of the foot, and interlace the fingers. Maybe the head lifts. I'm really extending through the right leg, softening the left hip. Maybe your head can come down and everything will stay. Good. Okay. And then release. Let the left leg come all the way out. Open your arms out. Take your Pseudo Shavasana. Feel for yourself. Maybe you need a windshield wiper or to hug your knees in or just to rest here. It's fine. Let's take a few moments. Just integrate, integrate, integrate. And you can feel the difference. And, there's magic. You can feel that maybe the left side feels heavier than the right. And even the left cheek, left side of your face is softer. Okay, so let's take a full breath in as you are. Sigh it out. Okay, we're going to come back to that Setu Bandha lift. I'm going to take my arms over my head. You don't have to do that. Just start to activate your legs so the heels are down, toes up. And then feel which leg wants to bend first. Do the opposite. Walk your heels in towards your hips. So your arms could be down by your sides, friends. Whichever one. Okay, so as you prepare to lift, you start with your exhale to soften. And then feel your feet. Inhale, start to press the feet down as you lift your hips. And come to your place here. Maybe it's higher than it's been. You can really anchor the feet. Pull your tailbone towards your knees. So you're lengthening your low back. We're not dropping down. Lengthen. Almost like you're lifting from those, from your hips, from your hip bones. One more moment. And then slowly lower yourself down. So slow. So from top to bottom. Come down. Good. And then once we're all the way down, just move the arms out to the side. Palms up or palms down. We're going to cross this right ankle over the left knee. Okay, and then we're just going to come to very slow windshield wiper. Just feel for yourself as you drop this right foot over to the left. Maybe you want to hang out here. Just let it permeate. And then you'll move over to the opposite side. Just nice and slow. Feel, how your back likes this. Maybe it loves it. Maybe it's like, this is not for me today. Okay. And that's great. Sometimes we wouldn't even know that unless we were doing some of this stuff. And just keep your breath nice and relaxed, face relaxed. Okay, we're going to set this right foot over to the left side. Make it nice for yourself. Meaning if you need a block to rest your foot or you want to put the foot on top of the left thigh, once you're set, you take the left hand, find this ankle and just hold it. And then maybe your head turns to the right. Just like you're getting into your outdoor hot tub on a cold day. Just let everything melt. Just breathe and soften. Yes. Maybe you might even feel things open. Okay, so from here, I'm just bringing my head back to center. We're going to go to the twist. So I'll let this left hand just trace its way up to the knee and then drop it over towards the floor. And, you know, again, you need to pop that left foot on top of the right knee. Do that. Maybe some of you are even going to pop this right knee on, or no, left knee on top of right foot, like a little, you know, a wrap, whatever it is. You just be here. You know, breathe. Okay. Now the right arm is out to the side, and we're just going to stretch it out a little bit, like you're reaching for something. And as you reach, maybe you can anchor more into the twist. Just be playful. Maybe the hip can lift more. Smile more. Soften. Good. Okay. And then lovingly re-extend your left arm and very slowly come onto your back. Don't rush it. You can feel. And then reset yourself, realign your back. And when you're ready, as you exhale, you'll drop this right knee over to the right. And as I bring it over, my left foot might want to walk more to the left. You know, you see what feels good for you. Very different. So maybe, you know, whatever it is, just, see what feels good. And then drop in. You can add some integrity into the left foot, sorry, it's the left foot. And even the left knee pressing into the right foot. You might find that grounding kind of keeps everything a little bit more stable. But everything from the waist up is just like in the hot tub. Just dropping in. Good. Okay, one more full breath. And as you begin your inhale, you'll find your lifting back up, and we're going to come back to the center, readjust whatever you need to here. Good. Okay, thread the needle. So we bring this left thigh in, and you can interlace your fingers or grab your strap. Maybe opposite, interlace your fingers. If you didn't do that naturally, I'm sure you all did. Good. And then just be here for a few moments, rock or move it in and out, or maybe you circle, just be with this experience. Right. Good. Okay. I'm just bringing it to center, and I'm inviting this left thigh to melt towards your belly as best as you can. The hands might go on top of, if I bring the hands onto the shin, I'll say one thing, I'm not lifting the tailbone up. If you go to grab the shin, but the tail's lifting, then we've kind of changed what's happening in the focus. So we want to really keep the tail and the tush on the floor. So that's why I'm holding onto the back of the thigh. Perfect place for most of us. And the shin is just the next place to go. Okay, melt, melt, melt. And, I know for me, this is my tighter side. I'm just going to shift a little bit over to the left. Just find something that I can smile into and receive. Oh, hello, I see you. And I'm going to breathe and soften the glutes a little bit, if that's possible. Let your jaw go. That's going to soften the hips in some magical way. And then you bathe it all with the breath. The mid-belly go. Wow. Okay. I feel I need a few more moments here. There's something happening. So if you're ready to come out, just come out and rest or windshield wiper. Otherwise, be with, maybe you're feeling something too, and kind of melt it a little bit more. Okay. Release the hands. So I'm going to put the left foot on the floor. We're going to grab this right leg baby. Right hand to the knee, left hand, maybe the sole of the foot or around the ankle. And you just draw this shin in as if it could touch your heart. And it doesn't need to go anywhere near the heart, because now we're going to rock this little leg baby side to side. And it's really about the outer inner hip, the hip moving in a way. So if your whole body's moving, do your best to just bring it right to the hip. And then if you want to stretch the left leg, great. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to go in for the whole wrap. You don't have to do that ever, but maybe you wrap opposite interlace, and the head might need to stay lifted, or you might bend that left leg and the head will magically come down into C. And then be here, smile, soften. What's on offer here? And then release. We'll just stretch the leg out, take the arms over your head. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. All this nice back stuff. Good. Okay. Nice. Let's bend the knees, feet to the floor. Walk your heels to your hips, and we're going to lift up again. Okay, so here's where you take care of yourself. This time I'm going to bring my arms down by the sides. Spread the fingers, anchor the upper arms. Even as I do that, maybe I lift the chest, bring the shoulder blades together, and then let the heart space melt into that. So you just kind of created a little shelf to rest into. Okay, so now, friends, you really take care of yourself. I'm going to lift the hips and interlace the fingers behind the back, stretch the arms. What I see a lot of times when you do that is the hands come up off the floor, the wrists come up off the floor, and then you kind of rock your stability a little bit. So then go back to one, if that happens for you, go back to one of the other places. Otherwise, okay, exhale, melt. Inhale, begin to find your lift. And then you see, can I walk the upper arms more underneath me? Interlace the fingers, and then the upper arms keep walking. So I'm more on the, I don't know, words are escaping. The outer edge of the arms. Okay, I'm gonna extend the tail. So my shoulders are really in place here. One more breath. Okay, if you've interlaced, release the arms, lower down nice and slow, top to bottom, just feel. Good. Once we get down, I'm just gonna windshield wiper where the feet are a couple times. Release the back. Good. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest. Hug them in and out. Good. Let's circle these knees a couple times. So you can hold on to your kneecaps and just find this little bit of circling here. Just a massage for the low back. And then the opposite direction a few times. Good. All right. And then bring these knees in. Open them apart. Hug them in towards your perspective shoulders. And walk your hands down your shins a little bit. Flex your feet. Let the shoulders drop as if we're anchoring them to the floor. And then you can stay here or happy baby. Breathe. Feel free to move. I just naturally started rocking side to side. Take this little double lunge. All right, we're going to refine this happy baby. If you're in happy baby, you're holding onto the outer edges of your feet and your thumbs are alongside of your fingers here. You're going to press the feet up to the sky, but the hands are here, obviously holding them. And as I push up, maybe I can feel like, this grounding into the floor. I'm going to soften the glutes, soften the hip creases. See if I can just melt the shoulders back to the floor. So I'm still pressing feet into hands. Hands are pulling back. Soften what you can. And then release. Take your feet to the floor. Pause here. Good. Okay, we're going to come up. So you can rock to one side or hug the knees in and rock and roll if you like that. Love it. I don't think I loved it when I started yoga, but now I love it. Okay, good. If you feel dizzy, just take a moment. Let it come out. And then you can watch me set up while you just find your equilibrium. So I'm going to put a blanket down just for knee support, and then we'll bring the blocks in. Okay, so much good stuff on the back. Woo. All right, so once you're here, you have your blocks, and we'll just come into, let's go straight. I was thinking, oh, should we do downward dog? No, let's go straight to Bentley Lunge. We've done all this warm up. So I bring the knees together, my toes are tucked under, and then step the right foot forward. And if your right foot only comes this far, just bring it forward. So we're here. Okay, from here, guys, I'm going to take a little bit of cat-cow. Like it's really just the tailbone that's going to move. Just kind of feel what happens. Different kind of cat-cow. You're just loosening that idea, you know, just feeling the tailbone, moving down, tucking in, and lifting up. And let's do that maybe a few more times. I actually am feeling it coming looser. It's like it's very gently lubricating something. Okay, now find the midpoint of that. So feel for a moment, not lifting up as best as you can, right? You're just feeling. Now bring that knee forward into a lunge. Good. And now notice what your tailbone is doing. It's probably tucking under. See if you can just imagine maybe it's going to aim towards that back heel. Okay. And now from here, I'm going to keep the left hand on the block, take the right hand to your right thigh, push in and start to turn yourself towards the right. Now, if you need to back out of this lunge a little bit, just lift your hips. I'm going to take this right arm, reach it up to the sky, stretch it. Oh, I'm going to bend this left knee, but you know, see what happens. I'm going to reach back, see if I can find the foot. Push the foot into the hand, and again, taking the hips back might be very helpful. You don't even need to do this. You go wherever you are, because now we're just releasing it. Okay, I'm going to tuck the toes under, lift. I'm lifting from the hips. Lift up, straighten your legs. You're on your blocks. They can walk back, they can walk front. You might want to widen your stance, meaning the right foot walks to the right, left foot can hop out to the left. And then just press your hands into your blocks so you can lift your heart, anchor your feet. And now I'm taking that tailbone and I'm pushing it as if it can reach the wall behind me. I'm giggling because how often do people talk to you about your tailbone? In it back. Good. Okay. And then very slowly we're coming back. I'm going to start to bend this right knee, lift the left heel. Set the left knee down nice and slow, and then we're just going to straighten. So I'm pulling my tail back. I'm going to straighten this right leg. So you might just lift the right leg, take it forward, walk your blocks back, and then I anchor that heel. I'm pulling from that heel to your tail. Press back. And you can lift your heart, soften the glutes. Okay, maybe you can walk forward here. Actually, it does come into a forward bend. That just brings more into that underleg. Okay, I'm tucking the tail here. I'm going to untuck, breathe, and then we'll release from this nice and slow. So you might pull that right heel back, put the right foot down, come forward. Now send the hips back and bring the right knee next to the left. And then, you know, I love to sit for a moment. So just sit for a moment. Let your hands rest, lift your heart. Feel, I know you're cross-legged, it's all fine and good. Nothing to do but the second side. So as you're ready, come back up, find your blocks, knees together, tuck your toes under. And then we're going to take the left foot. And I'm just showing you, if it doesn't come that far, you just grab it, bring it, find it. And then once we're here in this bent knee lunge, we're just going to play with the idea of cat-cow. So you're just moving your pelvis, your tailbone. Just receiving. Oh, maybe this doesn't move so much. Okay. Good thing I'm doing yoga because it's only going to get more mobile. Good. Okay. So now we're just going to come into this Bentley Lunge. You find your place. You might want to walk your knee back, or maybe it comes forward. And as I come in, I'm going to start to lift the tailbone a little bit. So this is me letting the tailbone drop, and then this is me letting it lift a little bit. And I'll feel that in the back thigh. Okay, I'm going to keep the right hand on the block, left hand to the thigh. Twist very nicely for yourself. Turn. Okay, and maybe you come down a little bit, maybe you back out a little bit. Reach the left arm up. And then be here. My right hand is pushing into the block. I'm going to start to bend the left knee and see if I can catch the foot. Oh, look at that. And then just breathe into all of that good opening work. Open your shoulders. Use your feet. Breathe. And then release. Yeah, just reaching. Awesome. Release. Okay, and then we come back. Gonna lift so I lift from the tail. Right from the core of you. And then you find your place here. Walk your blocks in or out, or separate your feet a little wider apart if you need more space. And then I'm pressing the feet, taking the tail back, and breathe. Okay. One more breath. All right, so now just very slowly, let the left knee start to bend, lift the right heel, find your way back, the knee down, and then once it's down, tail comes back and we straighten the left leg. And you might lift the foot and just pop it forward or wiggle it back. You know, put your blocks lower, they can walk forward. Just find, oh, you might not need to go that far to feel a nice stretch. And then notice if you're tucking your tail. Oh, what happens if I just imagine I can untuck or lift the tailbone, send the tailbone to the wall behind me. And I anchor that heel, left heel down on the floor, pulling back from the heel, center of the left hip. Breathe. Smile and receive. Then one more full breath in, full breath out. Okay, and then again, very slowly, I'm going to release. So pull the left leg back, set the foot on the floor, bend the hips forward. And then I'll take them back, knees together. This time I'm going to sit with the toes tucked under. Yogi's choice here. Good. One more breath. Good. Okay. We're going to take a forward fold. So we can fold this blanket to sit on, and we have these blocks here. And if you have a chair, you could use your chair to support your head. Just before we move into Shavasana, I just want to take, let's see, maybe a Baddha Konasana if you're comfortable. And if that's not your jam this morning, you just go cross-legged. That's fine. And you might want to, I grab these blocks. I'm going to use them for my head though. But you could also just, I think I showed this the other day, but if you go into Baddha, even for cross-legged, if I just take an extra blanket, lay it over the feet and kind of tuck it in, sometimes that can be enough support. You might not even need it, okay? You might not need that. So you just take a moment, set up a nice little house for yourself. So either cross-legged, Baddha Konasana, and then exhale and just bring yourself in nice and slow. How slow can you go? It's not the destination. And then be nice to support your forehead, your third eye in some way, if that works. So create a little house with your blocks. Or if you have a chair, you just you put a blanket over the edge, rest your forehead on the chair. Or you can support it in your hands. Let's take a few moments here. Feel that the center of your forehead is, if it's supported, it's melting into your support. Soften through your heart, your shoulders, your jaw. You're folding anything that's talking to you here. Just bringing your inner gaze to maybe rest at your third eye, or even at your heart. Just melting a little bit more, final few breaths. Okay, very slowly releasing. You might even keep your eyes closed or the eyes soft as you come up. Okay, you can stretch your legs, give them a little wiggle. If you were going cross-legged, maybe you go opposite cross. And if you were in Baddha Konasana, I'm going to go wide-legged this time. So if that's interesting to you, go for it, or repeat what we just did. This is more about just coming into a forward fold and letting the head rest. So wherever you are, as you're ready, bring yourself into this version of forward fold. And if you've gone wide-legged, you might feel, a nice stretch in the inner thighs. Don't be, release that mindset that I need to go as deep as I did last time. You might find a way to support your third eye. With the skin of the forehead gently slope down. Resting into all that you are right here at this moment. Directing your inner gaze, maybe to the third eye, or someplace else where it can really rest. I offer myself this sacred space to rest, to breathe, to feel, to simply be. Let's follow the path of your breath. It knows where to go and it knows what to do. Moving into your final few moments here. Just bringing yourself upright in a very nice, slow, loving way as you feel ready. I'm just going to move the blocks aside. Okay, so just very nice, keep that nice feeling as we move into Shavasana. And as I set up, I am going to start with the blocks under the hips for a few moments. We've done all of these Setu Bandhas, so now we'll just take supported. That could be bolster too if you like, and then you could also just move straight into Shavasana. So suit up, get your heating pads. I'm really digging too the heating pad under the head and the neck. Like fun with heating pads, things you can't do in a yoga studio as well. Okay. So now, if you want to put a block under your hips for a few moments or your bolster, any height, just to open the hip creases a little bit, let everything kind of rest there without using the back to do all the lifting. Now we're just letting the top of the body just rest. So take your time here. Know where to go. Know when to be. Nothing to do. Just be. And so after 3-5 breaths, if you're ready to come off the block, that should be good. And if you'd like to stay on your block because you just love it, that's all fine too. Good. Creating this space in your day to rest into all that you are. This great act of self-love. Not easy. It's not available to everyone, for sure. It's a luxury. Just acknowledging this gift you give yourself. And as you rest, I'll just repeat that again. Nothing to do. nowhere to be, no one to be, just be. And I'll just say it again and feel free to repeat it in your mind. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to be, just be. Shavasana. All tension from your face, between your eyes, around your eye sockets, to the temples. Let everything flow, open, free from tension. Allow yourself to be very heavy, to feel the flow of your breath. Maybe even tuning into the flow of energy around you, gently holding you, covering you, supporting you. Staying here in your rest for as long as you are able. As we'll stay with this practice of journeying very slowly. And when you feel ready, just take your time, friends. Let's see if we can take like a full minute, 2 minutes to just feel yourself stretching into all that you are, dropping into all that you are, feeling, oh, what do you need here? Maybe to hug your knees in, maybe you need a windshield wiper. And so eventually you make your way onto your side. And again, we'll just rest there for at least 3 breaths. Just letting the body be heavy. And as you press yourself up, maybe you turn your chest more to the floor and you use your hands, let the head hang until you come up. And just take your time, make a comfortable seat. Just resting into your stillness. Bowing your chin slightly. So we started this practice creating the fire in our hands, and it's there already. So you can stay with your hands in your lap or on your thighs, but if you want to take them and just support yourself in some way, maybe some part of you that just needs a little bit more support, you take that time to just offer yourself your own sacred healing energy. This reminder that you are here to support yourself, to carry yourself, to heal yourself, to invite in wellness. Mind, body, breath, and spirit. Good. Joining your palms together at your heart. Inhale and lengthen tall, lift your chin, and exhale this breath completely. And we'll seal this practice with our May We Be Blessed mantra and Om. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. Inhale. And bowing your chin to all that you are. Exhale your breath into your open palms. Catch your breath. Lift your chin, open your eyes, and offer all that you have within. You offer it to yourself. And send it out. Yeah, send it out. And then we'll bring it back in. So much love in my heart. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Namaste, friends. Enjoy this really, really, really great day. And I will see you guys in your next practice. Thank you for being here. I honor your practice. I honor your presence. So much love.